level 135. Let's start off by filling in these as indicated. Then you see we have 4 separated quadrants with X, Y, A, and B in them. And let's see, 9 bunnies in each. And yeah, X, Y, A, B in each. Now, X, Y, A, B, the sum has to be 9. And of course, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. So that means one of these has to be 0. So let's see here. X, can it be 0? No. Neither can Y or A. That means all of these are 1 or more. But B can be 0. And we'll see that in every quadrant. And in this one, we see we need to have a wall here. And also, of course, B can't be walled in. And now this is gray. So now we see Y and X have to be at least 2. Now let's see here. These bunnies have to be hit by this bomb. These ones by this bomb. These have to be hit by this bomb, and these by this bomb. These have to be hit by this bomb, and this one has to be hit by this bomb. Now let's see. X has to be at least 3. Right. Could be more. As you see here, it could be 4 or 5. It can't be 5, because this one can be maximum 4. That means Y has to hit this one. And maybe I should mention the possible sums we have here. So B is 0. The others are at least 1. I think the possible sums we have are 2 plus 3 plus 4. That would be 5 plus 4. That would be 9. Or 1 plus 3 plus 5 also works. So at least one of these is 3. And then the other 2 are either 1 and 5 or 2 and 4. So let's see here. So one of them has to be 3. Let's see, Y cannot be 3. As demonstrated here, what about A? A cannot be 3 either. So that tells me the only variable that can be 3 is X. And so X has to be 3. So then Y is at least 2. Y could be 5 as well. Let's see, X equals 3, so it has to hit this one. That means A hits this one. We need to have a wall here, so A hits this one. Need a wall here, and A hits this bunny. And so we can't determine quite yet whether Y equals 2 or 5. And A equals 1 or 4. Now in this row we have 4 empty spaces. That means the rest have to be walls. And now this column is gray. Let's see, this can't be a wall because that would lock in these. This can't be a wall. Now this row has 9 walls. We can fill it in then. And now this crystal needs either this or this to be empty. Or both, because we can't have this happen. That means that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 non-walls. That means the rest are walls. And then one of these is a wall. And now there's something similar here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one of these is not a wall. Therefore, the rest of this row can be filled in with walls. Now this is gray. And let's see. One of these is going to be a wall. That means this cannot be a wall, because then this would be locked in. And the same with this one. Also, this cannot be a wall. And neither can this. That means this is a wall. And we can fill in the last 2 spaces in this row with walls. So let's see. Now this is gray. And also, let's see here, this can't be isolated, so this is not a wall. That means this is a wall. Now one of these is a wall, so this cannot be a wall. This column can now be filled in with walls, since it has 6 non-walls. Now this is gray. Now, if we examine this column, this or this is going to be a wall. That means that this and this cannot simultaneously be walls. So if the wall here, if the wall in this column is here, then this can't be a wall. If the wall is here, then this can't be a wall. So only one of these two can be a wall. So one of them must be an empty space. That means we have a total of 5 empty spaces in this column, which means the rest are walls. And that reveals something. Now we know that A is 0. So we have a wall here. And this must be empty. And now we can connect Y to bunnies and wall off A. So Y is 5, A is 1. Let's see, and this is a wall. Now we can fill in this column with walls. Now this is gray. We can fill in this column with walls. This is gray. Now this cannot be a wall, because that would separate all this from the crystal. So that means this is a wall. Now this one has one more wall. Now this is gray. And there is one space left, which we see has to be a wall. Level 136. So on this row, there needs to be a wall between these two, so it can't be here. This bunny can only be hit by this bomb. This one can only be hit by one of these two, so we know A is at least 1. So one of these two is going to be a wall. And then 2 of these 3, which means at least one of these is a wall. So that tells me A can be no more than 1. So, yeah, so one of these is a wall and 2 of these 3. So that means this bunny cannot be hit by this bomb, and it has to be hit by this one. And in this row, there's one wall, which means that these are all going to be hit by these 2 bombs, which means there have to be walls here. Now, since we established A has to be at least 1, this bomb has to hit this bunny. And can't be more than 1. This can't hit anything else. So A is exactly 1. And this bunny can only be hit by this bomb, which can't hit any more bombs. So this has to be a wall. And one of these is a wall. That means these are not walls. And this can't hit anything else, so this needs to be a wall. This bunny can only be hit by this bomb. Now we need to have a wall here, so now this row is gray, and so is this column. And now we see this bunny has to be hit by this bomb. Now let's see, currently we have X is 2, A is 1, B is 3. Y is 1, that can't be, since A is 1, it can't be any higher. So Y has to be at least 2. And now we see these are connected, so either X is going to be 4 or Y is going to be 4. And the other of the two has to be 2. Now in this column, there's one wall. It has to be somewhere here, so it's not here or here. Now this row can be filled in with walls. And now this is gray. And now we see here some zones developing. This has to be separated from this. And there needs to be empty space here. That means the wall in this row must be here. Also, it needs to be separated. These two need to be separated. So we have to have a wall here. And now we have either two walls here, or we have, but that can't be because now this is gray. That means we need to have a wall here. Now this is gray, and one of these has to be a wall. That means this is not a wall, and these are not walls. This is grayed out, and that lets us fill in this row with walls. Now this is gray, and this, so that means this has to be a wall. Now we need a wall here. So now this is gray, and that means there has to be a wall here, and this row has two more walls here and here. This is gray. This row has one more wall. Now this is gray, and there's one space left, which we see has to be a wall. Level 137. Now, we start in this row. We see there's one wall, which means that this bomb is going to hit at least 3 bunnies. So Y is at least 3. And if we look at this one, it can hit 2 here, and 1 here. And also, looking back at this one, it can hit either 3 or 6. But this cannot hit 6. It can hit at most 5. So that means Y has to be 3. And it can hit either these two or these two. And then it has to hit this one. And looking at this one, can't hit these two, so it must hit these 3. That means this cannot hit these, and so it has to hit these. Also, the wall has to be somewhere here, and it can't be here or here. And now this bomb cannot hit 3 here, so it has to hit 3 here. And back to this one, it can't hit these two, so it has to hit these two. And now let's see, these are not going to be hit by this bomb, So they have to be hit by these. Well, these two at least. Now what about the last one? Can't hit this one, so it has to hit this one. And we see this one can't hit any more. It can only hit one because it can't hit these. That means Z is 1. And now this column is gray. So we see B is at least 3, but it can't be 3 because Y is 3. So that means it needs more targets, and the only option is here. So we see can't have any more targets, so now we know B is 6. Now, what else? These can only be hit by this bomb, so they have to be. And the same with these. So now A is 5. What about this one? Well, let's see. We can start here. These have to be hit by this one. And this one has to hit these. So now X is 2. These have to be hit by this one. And now C is 3. But since Y is 3, C has to be more than that. And there's one more target. So that means C is 4. All right. So now every bomb has found every target. Let's see, one more empty space in this column. And let's see. These have one wall, which have we have to have walls here. That means these are not walls. And in this row, one wall here. That means no walls here. And the same in this row, which has one more wall, which has to be here somewhere. Can't be here or here. And we see this row has one wall, which makes it clear that this crystal is connected to all of this. That means this belongs to this crystal. And we need to separate. This has to be a wall that grays out this row. And now we need separation here. Now there's one wall left in this row. It can't be here, because then these two would be empty. That means this is empty. But one of these maybe. There are two walls in this, so we could potentially have this happen. Anyway, we need a wall here. And of course these can't be walls, like I said. Now we need a wall here. And now this is gray. That means we have to have a wall here. And this is gray now. So is this column. Now we need walls here. So this column is gray. And this row. This has to be a wall. This has to be a wall. That grays out this row. And we need a wall here. Now this column is gray. This row has 3 more walls. So now this column is gray, and we have to have a wall here. This is gray. And we must have a wall here. Also, this is gray. And this. Now, this has to be a wall, and now the zones are separated. This is gray now. This row has 3 walls. Now this is gray. And this. 1 wall in this row. We have to have a wall here. And there's 1 more wall in this row, which is here. This is gray. This column has 1 wall, which has to be here. So now this is gray. And there is 1 space left on the board, which we see has to be a wall.